What's going on, guys? Thanks for coming back to the channel one more time. Today we are going to work on the 240 again. We got some big news on the 240. I got a bunch of hardware that's going to work. I got the starter mounted and we got a shifter in. So that's what we're going to work on today. Oh, and by the way, my $700 stainless steel headers, I cut them up. That's what we're going to do today on this episode of Mickelson Racing Channel. Alright guys, first things first, let's open some new boxes. I haven't even opened this thing yet, so let's just go ahead. It was a pretty cheap shifter, came from China, but it looked pretty nice. So this is what we got going on. So first impressions, it looks like we have a base of some sort. And then we have the actual shift knob. It looks like we basically got a three-piece shifter here. We got our base. And then we have our upper and lower sections of the stick. This looks like some sort of spacer that maybe I put in here. Just gonna go ahead and slide this in here. Like that. Gonna put this here spacer back on. And screw the top end of the stick back onto the base. We have a shifter. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna throw this into the car. All right guys, so we're under the car here and we're gonna put the bottom of the shifter in. First thing, we gotta put the sleeve into this bushing here. Then we gotta put the bushing in between the little shifter fork. And it's a snug fit. It's not terribly tight, but it's a snug fit. And then our bolt is gonna go in there, all the way through to the other side. And then we put our lock nut on. Then all we got to do is tighten that thing up. So, not terribly difficult here. Pretty standard stuff, but you know, I'm really excited about this shifter. I think it's going to look pretty good in the car. I'm excited to be able to complete something on the car, and getting the shifter adapter bracket and the shifter in the car is, you know, just one step closer to completion on this thing. So pretty excited to have that satisfaction going on with the car. So all right, there we have it, guys. Our shifter base is in. Say hi to Zeus, everyone. Zeus. I got the bottom of the shifter here on, and I'm not gonna lie, I did have to drill out the holes in order for it to fit on these two studs here. But anyway, that's worth the price of my little Chinese short throw shifter here. And I'm gonna get to work on bolting this down, so you guys just can stand by with me. Got that done. Now I'm just gonna complete the shifter by threading on the top side. Look at that. Our shifter is done. Awesome. All right, guys, next up, I've got to cut this header apart. These headers are quite expensive. I think they're a little over $600 for the set. They are stainless steel headers. And the one on the passenger side does not fit because the starter is not compatible with these headers when you're using a Z32 transmission like I am. So instead of buying exhaust manifolds and making it work, we are going to make it work with headers because I'd rather have headers than exhaust manifolds. They look better and they sound better. So anyway, guys, I cut this end off of here, which was the collector end, and I thought I could maybe get it to work, and it's not going to happen. So what I'm now going to do now is I'm going to cut the collector end off, hopefully in a form or fashion where I can reuse the collector back on the header once I'm ready to fabricate a header. I have no way to weld stainless steel, but I do have a way to cut it. So we're going to cut it. Just try to get it to fit, get the starter in there. That way we can get this sucker fired up. Check it out, we got our header cut here, and I think our header is finally gonna clear our starter for this here Z32 transmission. And I am so excited to be over this hurdle somewhat. So we still have to get this part of the header to go back to the back of the car, but hey, at least this is a start. Let's figure out how to get a top bolt in here. It's really a tight fit. There we go. Starter is in. Clears the header. Kinda. So that's a good start. Guys, you can see here I got the starter in. Here the header just barely clears, and then I went ahead and bolted in my brand new slave cylinder just to make sure that that bolted up and that fit on like it was supposed to. I think I'll take it out, or at least back off the transmission when I want to bleed it and fill it full of fluid, but for right now the slave cylinder is on there and the starter is on there, so I'm pretty happy with that progress. We are going to have to do some major fitment work on the header here, but we will cross that bridge when we need to get there. Zeus is sitting under here with me. Say hi, buddy. Yeah, you're on camera too. Quick recap, we got the shifter in, we cut the header down so we were able to get the starter to fit, and now, since we're this far, I think we're gonna go ahead and get the drive shaft installed. Now this thing looks like it's been sitting underwater for about 5 years. The crust on this thing is pretty unreal. So what we're gonna go ahead and do is we're just gonna throw a little wheel bearing grease on this. There's a little wheel bearing grease. We're gonna throw just a little bit into the splines here. Then we're gonna throw a little bit on the outer of the shaft. One, just to grease it up, try to bring some life back into that rust, and then two, protect that seal from getting damaged when we slide that drive shaft back in there. So I'm just gonna throw a little grease on this, and then we're gonna slide that drive shaft right into the car. Well guys, the drive shaft does not fit. Let's see if we can get a decent idea what's going on here, guys. The drive shaft doesn't fit. It's too short. See how much wobble we got there? Oh, yeah, now we just fell out on the back. Yeah, see, that's no bueno. Yeah, so that's not gonna work, guys. We're gonna have to bring the drive shaft to the drive shaft shop and try to get that thing figured out. So that'll be a project for another day, I think. We're gonna end it off there. Might as well end it off with a problem. Keep you guys watching until next time. Please remember to like, subscribe, share, comment, all the cool stuff that internet people do. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next episode of Mickelson Racing Channel.